Welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas Rana. We are one-stop solution for current affairs. You can find Crack Current Affairs course on our application exclusively for current affairs, where you will get daily, weekly, monthly content on regular basis. Use the code Vikas10 and get 10% additional discount while purchasing the course. Also, students, follow us on Telegram and Instagram. The link for the same are mentioned in our description. This video has both English and Hindi. The first part is English and second part is Hindi. Timestamps are mentioned in the description below.
Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs for the first week of June. The session will be quite interesting, so stay tuned with us till the end. You will be learning a lot of things. Also students, we upload the daily current affairs video at 5 a.m. in the morning. These are quite important for competitive exams. Let's start. The first question is, which Indian state recently achieved 100% literacy rate under the Ullas scheme? Right, as announced during its statehood celebration in May 2025. So it is Kerala, it is Goa state that has achieved the 100% literacy under Ullas. What is Ullas scheme? It is understanding for lifelong learning for all in society. Right, and this was announced during the 39th statehood day celebration that was on 30th of May 2025. Next, identify the airport in India that ranked 10th in the Hub Connectivity Index released by Airport Council International, Asia Pacific and Middle East in May 2025. So, identify that Indian airport, name that Indian airport. The airport here is Indira Gandhi International Airport of New Delhi. It was ranked 10th in Hub Connectivity Index. Right, take a note of this. Then next thing, remember this Hub Connectivity Index was released by Airport Council International. And can you tell me which is the airport that secured the first position here? It is Dubai International Airport. Dubai International Airport secured the first position here, and DXB is the code. Next, in May, Louis Philippe Montenegro Cardoso de Moraes Esteves was appointed as the Prime Minister of where? He was appointed as the Prime Minister of Portugal. Next, mention the organization with which DRDO has signed a licensing agreement for transfer of technology for the Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher and the battery command post in May 2025. It is NIBE Limited. Next is in May, China National Space Administration launched the Taiwan 2 spacecraft, a robotic probe from the Shenzhen Satellite Launch Center, China, as a part of its mission to retrieve samples from which type of asteroid? It is Pristine. Next, Dharoi Dam is located in which state in India? Dharoi Dam is located in the Gujarat state of India. Next, name the initiative that was launched by the Department of Post in May to create a unified digital addressing system across India. So, what is the initiative? It is Dhruva, that is Digital Hub for Reference and Unique Virtual Address. Next, which of the two countries were elected as the presidency of the United Nations Human Settlements Program, that is UN Habitat General Assembly for 25-29 term, that is from 2025 to 2029 term? It is Malaysia and UAE. So only A and C, right? These are the two countries elected as the presidency of the United Nations Habitat General Assembly for 2025 to 2029 term. And this is the first time in 15 years that Malaysia is having a leadership position in the UN body. Next, in May, India conducted the annual bilateral military exercise that was called Nomadic Elephant. This Nomadic Elephant is conducted with Maldives. This is conducted with Mongolia. Take a note of it. Right? Nomadic Elephant. And this is the 17th edition of this exercise. Then next is identify the organization that launched Climate Risk Information System in May to address climate related data gaps and promote sustainable finance. It is RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Next, in May, Ashish Pandey and Kalyan Kumar, right? They were recommended as the Managing Director and CEO of Union Bank of India and Central Bank of India, respectively. Next, who is the current chairman of SEBI as of May 2025? So, Tuhin Kanta Pandey is the current chairman of SEBI. Next, according to in ISSAR, that is Indian Space Situational Assessment Report 24, that was released by ISRO in May, how many Indian spacecraft have been placed in Earth orbit as of December 31st? So, as of December 31st, 136th Indian spacecrafts have been placed in Earth orbit by ISRO. Next, name India's first indigenously developed government-funded artificial intelligence-based multimodal large language model that was launched by the Ministry of Science and Technology in June to support 22 Indian languages. So, name the India's first indigenously developed government-funded AI-based LLM. So, it is Bharat Jet. This will revolutionize the AI development across linguistic and cultural spectrum in India. Next, which of the following organizations launched in May the Battery Aadhaar initiative during the Battery Summit 2025 held in New Delhi to enhance traceability and sustainability in India's battery ecosystem? So, which of the following organization launched this Battery Aadhaar initiative? It was launched by Ministry of Science and Technology. Next, where was the first edition of Niveshak Shivir initiative launched by IEPFA, that is Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, in collaboration with SEBI in the month of June, that will enhance the investor awareness and financial education? So, where was this Niveshak Shivir? The first edition of it launched. It was launched in Pune, Maharashtra. Right? And what is this Niveshak Shivir? This will help the investors to claim back the unclaimed dividends, stocks, mutual funds, right? So they will be able to claim that amount. Next is Opal Sucheta Chungsri, right? She is from Thailand, right? And she has been crowned as the Miss World 25 at the 72nd edition of the Miss World pageant that was held in Hyderabad, Telangana. Next, Annalena Baerbock was elected as the president of which organization in June, succeeding Philemon Yang? So it was of United Nations General Assembly. This was the Annalena Baerbock became the president of the 80th session of United Nations General Assembly, right? And during this session only she was selected with 167 votes out of 188 seats. She will start her office on 9th of September 2025 and she succeeded Philemon Yang, the former Prime Minister of Cameroon, and also she became the 5th woman overall to lead the United Nations General Assembly. Next, mention the name of the person elected as the President of Poland in June, succeeding Andrzej Duda. So, Karol Nawrocki, right, is the person elected as the President of Poland. Next, identify the organization which appointed Rajiv Memani as its president for FY26, succeeding Sanjeev Puri. So, Rajiv Memani, the president of CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, and he succeeded whom? He succeeded Sanjeev Puri, Rajiv Memani. Next, who won the F1 Armaco Grand, that is your Spanish Grand Prix held in Barcelona, Spain? So Barcelona or this Spanish Grand Prix was won by Oscar Piastri. He is from UK and he drives for McLaren. Right? Next, Australian all-rounder Glenn Maxwell. So Glenn Maxwell has announced retirement from ODI, bringing an end to a distinguished 13-year-old career. He has been part of 2 World Cup winning squads of Australia in ICC Men's Cricket World Cup in 2015 and 2023. So right option here becomes option 4th. Next, Which two global companies' low Earth orbit satellites constellations are expected to support India's defense sector with faster and more reliable communication as announced in May 2025? So, which two global companies' low Earth orbit satellite constellations are expected to support India? It is OneWeb and SpaceX. OneWeb is of UK and SpaceX is of Elon Musk of USA. Next, what is the maximum investment limit for retail individual investor in IPO as per the Securities and Exchange Board of India? So, maximum investment limit for retail individual investor in IPO, it is 2 lakh rupees. Right? Moving on. Next is Nicaragua recently became 101st member to officially approve the agreement on fisheries subsidies of World Trade Organization. Right? With this milestone, WTO is poised to roll out fisheries funding mechanism, commonly referred to as WTO Fish Fund. Next, as per RBI data released in June, Dash accounted for the longest or largest share of total bank deposits at 59.5% in FY25. So, as per RBI data released in June, term deposits, right, they accounted for the largest share of the total bank deposit, because we are seeing that people are not investing money in fixed deposits or not keeping in bank, rather they want to earn money and they want to invest the money in the stock market, right, which is also a different case scenario. Next is name the organization that in June 25 projected India's GDP growth for FY26 at 6.3% in their economic outlook of 25. Issue 1 titled Tracking Uncertainty Reviving Growth. Which is this organization we are talking about? It is OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. This is the organization, they have released this data economic outlook 2025 issue 1 tackling uncertainty and reviving growth, in which they are projecting India to grow by 6.3% in FY26. Next is mention the name of the person elected as the 14th president of the Republic of Korea in June 24, succeeding Yoon Suk Yeol. So Lee Jun Suk, I correct, not this, Lee Jae Myung, right, is the 14th president of South Korea, and he succeeded Yoon Suk Yeol. Next, in May, ACC Appointments Committee of the Cabinet approved the extension of Swaroop Kumar Shah's tenure as MD and CEO of which public sector bank? So, Swaroop Kumar Shah has been appointed as the MD and CEO of Punjab and Sindh Bank. Next, identify the correct statement regarding the IPL 2025 whose final was held at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. If we look at the options here, option A and B are only right. That is, Royal Challengers Bangalore secured their first ever IPL victory by defeating Punjab Kings in the final, and Sai Sudarshan won the orange cap. Correct? C is wrong here, right? That means Surya Kumar won the Emerging Player of the Season award with the prize money of 10 lakh rupees. No. So who has won the Emerging Player of the Season award? It was won by Sai Sudarshan, right, and he is from Gujarat Titans. Correct? Take a note of this. And he is also the person who won the orange cap. That is, orange cap is for the most runs. Orange cap is for the most number of runs, right? Most number of wickets, it is purple cap. Next, which country hosted the 39th COSPAS SAR-SAT, that is Space System for the Search of Vessels in Distress, Search and Rescue Satellite Aided Tracking Joint Committee meeting for the first time on 27th of May. So which country hosted it? It was hosted by UAE, United Arab Emirates. Next, mention the Indian university that recently developed the India's first gene-edited sheep in May using the CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing technology. It is Sher-e-Kashmir University of Agriculture, Science and Technology. Next, which of the following inaugurated the new unified headquarters of the Quality Council of India at the World Trade Center, New Delhi on 5th of June? It is Ministries of Commerce and Industry.
Next, during a 3-day visit of the President of Prague, Santiago Pena, to India in June, Union Minister for External Affairs Dr. S. Jaishankar and Ruben Ramirez the Minister of the Foreign Affairs of Prague, they have signed a memorandum of understanding that will be establishing a joint commission mechanism. And also remember this here, he was on a visit to India, correct? And his visit was also held at great significance as both India and Prague commemorated the 64th anniversary of the establishment of the diplomatic relation between the two countries. Next, which two wetlands in Rajasthan were newly designated as the Ramsar sites as announced by Union Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change Bhupendra Yadav? So, which two wetlands? They are Kichan and Manar. Right? These are the two wetlands that have been declared as the Ramsar sites. Now we see Rajasthan, it has a total of 4 Ramsar sites, and with this India has a total number of 91 Ramsar sites, that is the highest in Asia and third globally. Highest is in UK with 175 Ramsar sites, and Mexico on second position with 142 Ramsar sites, and India is on the third position now. Next, India won the presidency of Dash, a global administrative body for 2025 to 2028. So India has won the presidency of International Institute of Administrative Sciences, IIAS. This is for the term 2025 to 2028. Next, in June, United Nations General Assembly elected 5 countries as the non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council 2026-2027 term. Which of the following was not among them? And they will be here for the 2 years. Right? Among the following, if we see, Norway is not among them, Latvia, Liberia, Colombia, Bahrain. Right? And these are the countries that were elected here, right, as the non-permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. Correct? And these countries will be replacing Algeria, Guyana, Sierra Leone, South Korea, and Slovenia. Next, one more add here, Democratic Republic of Congo, the 5th one, instead of Norway. Next is identify the mutual fund company that launched India's first index fund tracking Bombay Stock Exchange 1000 total return index in June 2025. It is Motilal Oswal Mutual Fund. Next, as per the approval by the Competition Commission of India on June, Warburg Pincus LLC will acquire up to 9.99% of the paid up share capital of IDFC First Bank Limited. Next is Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary. It is located in Dash. So Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary, it is located in Assam. And as per the census of 2022, as per the 2022 rhino census, Povitra, it houses 107 one-horned rhinos. So take a note of this information also. Right, and this is the highest density of rhinos that are found in India. And this sanctuary, it reported 0 rhino mortality. Next, which state in India achieved 100% success rate in the Foundation Literacy and Numeracy Assessment Test under the Understanding of Life Learning for All in Society, that is Ullas Nav Bharat Sashaktra Karyakram in June 2025. So which state in India achieved 100% success? It is Tamil Nadu. Next, what is the revised minimum land requirement in hectares for setting up semiconductor manufacturing unit in multi-model SEZ as per the Special Economic Zones Amendment Rules of 2025 as notified by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in June? So what is the revised minimum land requirement? It is 4 hectares of land minimum requirement for setting up this SEZ. Setting up semiconductor manufacturing unit in the multi-product SEZ. Next, India was elected as one of the 18 new member nations to the United Nations Economic and Social Council by United Nations General Assembly for the term 2026 to 2028. Next, India secured which rank in the Climate Change Performance Index 25, topped by Denmark at the 4th position with the first 3 positions remaining vacant. So India secured which position? India secured 10th position here with, right, and in this Climate Change Performance Index, and it was topped by Denmark at the 4th position. Correct? I repeat, so India at the 10th position, topped by Denmark, right? Take a note of this. Next, why fourth position? Because the first three position, it is said that there were no countries that are performing up to the level that is required to make sure that our climate is safe. Next, financial technology company Wise, formerly known as TransferWise, received in principle approval from RBI to operate in which category for export transactions? It is payment gateway or payment aggregator cross border, not payment gateway, payment aggregator cross border. What is payment aggregator cross border and what is simply payment aggregator? Payment aggregator is when you can receive the money or send money to the merchants within India, and cross border is when within the different countries also around the globe you will be able to send and receive payment through the merchants. Next, Central Bank of India completed the acquisition of dash equity stake in Future Generali India Life Insurance Company for a cash consideration of 57 crore rupees as a part of insolvency process. So CBI completed the acquisition of 25.18% equity stake in Future Generali India Life Insurance Company for a cash consideration of 57 crore rupees as a part of insolvency process. Next, identify the organization that along with Dassault Aviation SA signed 4 production transfer agreements to manufacture the fuselage of Rafale fighter aircraft in India for both Indian market and global exports. It is Tata Advanced Systems Limited, and this marks the first time that Rafale fuselage will be produced outside France, that is in India, and this will boost Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat initiatives. Next, which organization will be awarded with the ISO 22301 2019 certification? It is British Standards Institution. Next, what is the rank of India in the worldwide prevalence of sickle cell disease? That is second. Right, this is the rank of India in the worldwide prevalence of sickle cell disease. So that's all for the day, students. Now let's move to the revision part that will be beneficial for your learning. What is India's GDP forecast for the year FY26 and predicted by S&P Global Ratings? So it is 6.3% GDP forecast given by S&P Ratings for India. Next, mention the state of India in which TCS, in partnership with International Business Machines, IBM Corporation is going to set up India's largest quantum computer at the upcoming Quantum Valley Tech Park. So this will be in Andhra Pradesh. Right, this initiative is aligned with India's national quantum mission that aims to establish our country India as a global hub in quantum computing. Next, what is the revised GDP growth forecast for India as per the Global Macro Outlook 25-26 released by ratings agency Moody's Rating in May 2025? So, what is the revised GDP forecast? It is 6.3%. Next, identify the new name to which CK Birla Group rebranded itself in May, marking its shift towards a future-focused technology and service approach. That is the CKA Birla Group. Next, in May, which company signed a power purchase agreement with Rajasthan Rajya Vidyut Utpadan Nigam Limited for its 810 megawatt solar power project at the Pugal Solar Park in Bikaner, Rajasthan. So it is Naval Lignite Corporation. It is a 110 megawatt project. Next, after Netradin and Juspay, which company became then their third unicorn after raising $200 million in a Series F funding round? It is Porter. Porter, what does this company do? It takes goods from one location to another location. Right? It is an efficient urban logistics company. Next, in May, Government of Dash and Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center, that is InSpace, they have signed a memorandum of understanding that will focus on establishing Center of Excellence for Space Technologies and Public-Private Space Manufacturing Park. So it is Government of Karnataka that is partnered with InSpace for setting up these public-private space manufacturing parks as well as Center of Excellence. Next, Game Developers Association of India, they have signed a memorandum of understanding with Service Export Promotion Council to boost India's gaming and entertainment export during the Wave Summit that was held in Mumbai. Right, take a note of this. Next, Which Indian conglomerate signed a memorandum of understanding with Bhutan Drug Green Power Corporation to jointly develop a 5,000 megawatt of hydropower projects in Bhutan? The company is Adani Group. Next, mention the public sector bank that became one of the world's most profitable companies in FY25 with a net profit of $9.2 billion. It is State Bank of India. Your homework is to tell me that SBI gave a dividend of how much amount to the government. Tell me that also. Moving on, in May, which B2B, that is business to business e-commerce platform, secured approximately $40 million in funding round, achieving a valuation of $1 billion and entering Indian Unicorn Club? It is JSW One Platforms Limited. Next, according to the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, their latest report titled The World Economic Situation and Prospectus as of mid-2025 that was released in May 25, what is India's GDP forecast for calendar year 25? It is 6.3%. Next, which Indian shipbuilding organization entered into a strategic collaboration with Dubai UAE based Dry Docks World to develop world-class ship repair clusters across India? It is Cochin Shipyard Limited. Next, in May, the global financial service firm Morgan Stanley has upgraded their forecast for Indian economy to what percent year on year for FY26 from 6.1%. It is 6.2%. Next, in May, Adani Defence and Aerospace, they signed a binding collaboration agreement with Sparton to localize the production of advanced anti-submarine warfare systems including sonobuoys for the Indian Navy and global markets. Next, identify the USA-based organization that became the first cryptocurrency exchange to join Standards and Poor's Index S&P 500 Index. It is Coinbase Global Incorporation. This is a cryptocurrency exchange. Next, which organization signed a memorandum of understanding with Green Business Certification Institute with an aim to increase the number of garment factories in India that receive the LEED certification, that is Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, a global recognized system assessing a building's environmental impact and sustainability. It is Apparel Export Promotion Council. Next, Reserve Bank of India approved the renaming of North East Small Finance Bank Limited to Dash as per the Gazette of India notification. So it has been renamed to Slice Small Finance Bank. Next, in May, ICRA Limited, a credit rating agency, projected India's GDP growth at what percent of FY25? It was at 6.3% of the GDP. Next, in May, Dash Rating Agency raised India's medium-term growth potential by 0.2 percent points to 6.4% over the next 5 years compared with 6.2% previously. This is Fitch Ratings that has revised their growth projections for India. Next, identify the company that signed a memorandum of understanding with Port of Rotterdam Authority in May to build a green energy supply chain linking India and northwestern Europe via the Port of Rotterdam, that is the Europe's largest energy port. So, which is the company that signed this MOU with the Port of Rotterdam? It is AM Green. Right? This is Hyderabad, Telangana based company. Next, identify the pet food company that achieved a unicorn status in May after Nestle's SA acquired a minority stake in it, resulting in its valuation exceeding $1 billion. So it is Drool's Pet Food Private Limited. In April, the RBI formed an interim committee of executive to oversee the operations of IndusInd Bank Limited following the resignation of the bank's managing director and CEO Sumant Katpalia. Question asked is, the newly formed leadership committee will include Dash, currently head of the consumer banking at IndusInd Bank, and Dash, chief of administrative office at IndusInd Bank. So I repeat, the newly formed leadership committee will include Sumitra Sen, the head of consumer banking at IndusInd Bank, and Anil Rao as the chief administrative officer at the IndusInd Bank. Next, the government of India reconstituted the National Security Advisory Board, who was appointed as their new chairman. So, Alok Joshi was appointed as their new chairman. Next, Gaineshwar Kumar Singh, an officer of the Indian Post and Telecommunication Accounts and Finance Service, assumed charge as the director and chief executive officer of Dash, was of the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. right? And he replaced Dr. Ajay Bhushan Pandey, retired IAS officer. Next, who was appointed as the Director General of the Indian International Institute of Democracy and Election Management by the Election Commission of India. So Rakesh Verma was appointed as the Director General here of India International Institute of Democracy and Election Management. Next, Sanjay Khanna, currently serving as the director, assumed the additional charge as the chairman and managing director of which Fortune 500 global company? It is Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited. For this Fortune Global 500 company, that is Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, Sanjay Khanna has been given the additional charge as the chairman and managing director. Next, who has been re-elected as the Prime Minister of Australia, becoming the first Australian Prime Minister to win second consecutive 3-year term in 2 decades. So, Anthony Norman Albanese. Next, in May, Salim Saleh bin Barak was appointed as the new Prime Minister of Daesh, replacing Ahmad Awad bin Mubarak, who stepped down. Right? So, Salim Saleh bin Barak was appointed as the new Prime Minister of Yemen, replacing Ahmad Awad bin Mubarak, who stepped down from his position. Next is who resigned as the acting president and prime minister of the Republic of Korea to pursue candidacy in the upcoming presidential election scheduled for 3rd of June. Han Duck-soo. Next, identify the person elected as the first president of Togo under the Togo's new parliamentary system for 4-year term succeeding the for Gnasbe. So, identify the person elected as the first president of Togo, Jean-Lucien Kwasi Lanu Savi de Tobe, right? See the pronunciation, but he has been appointed as the first president of Togo. Next is Dash, who has been appointed as the interim executive director for India at the International Monetary Fund after Appointments Committee of the Cabinet terminated Krishnamurthy Venkata Subramaniam as the ED for India at IMF. So, who has been appointed as the interim executive director here? So, Parmeshwaran Iyer has been appointed as the interim executive director for India at IMF. Next, the Financial Service Institution Bureau recommended Sanjay Joshi for the role of chairman cum managing director at the Oriental Insurance Company Limited after the retirement of R.R. Singh in Feb 2025. Next, in May, a conservative party leader and a lawyer was elected as the 10th Chancellor of Germany after securing majority support in the second round of voting. So, Friedrich Merz, a conservative party leader and a lawyer, was elected as the 10th Chancellor of Germany. Next, in May, Prakash Magdum assumed the charge as the MD of National Film Development Corporation under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and he succeeded Prathul Kumar. Next, in May, who was reappointed as the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee of the Parliament of India until April 26 by the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. So, who was reappointed as the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee here? K.C. Venugopal. Next, Cardinal Robert Francis Provost was elected as the 267th Pope of Catholic Church, succeeding Pope Francis. To which country does Provost belong? He belongs to United States of America. Next, ACC approved 1-year extension of whom as the director of the Central Bureau of Investigation up to May 2026. So for Praveen Sood, his term has been extended to 1 year. Next, identify the person appointed as the chairman of the BRICS Chamber of Commerce and Industry to strengthen the ties among the BRICS nations. So, Harvansh P. Chawla appointed as the chairman of the BRICS Commerce and Industry, Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Next, in May, Santosh Kumar Sarangi was given the additional charge as the managing director of Solar Energy Corporation of India Limited, succeeding Rameshwar Prasad, that is RP Gupta. Next, in May, who was appointed as the president of Melbourne Cricket Club, London, England, succeeding Lord King of Lothbury. So, Edward Thomas Smith was appointed as the president of Melbourne Cricket Club. Next, Ajoy Chawla was approved as the next managing director of Dash, succeeding C.K. Venkataraman, who is set to retire on 31st of December. So, Ajay Chawla was approved the next managing director of Titan Company Limited.
Next, Dr. Ajay Kumar, the former Defence Secretary and retired Indian IAS officer of the 1985 Kerala cadre, was appointed as the chairman of UPSC, Union Public Service Commission, and he will be succeeding Preeti Sudar. Moving on, identify the person who was conferred with the International Buddha Peace Award 25 during a grand ceremony organized by Maitri Peace Foundation in Guwahati, Assam. So, who is that person? Dr. Mustafa Yusuf Ali Gob. Right, he was conferred with this International Buddha Peace Award 2020 by Lakshman Prasad Acharya, the governor of Assam. Next is who became the first Indian lawyer to be conferred with the Medal of Honor by the World Jurist Association during the World Law Congress held in May 2025. So, who became the first Indian lawyer? Bhuvan Ribhu. Here, this Medal of Honor is an esteemed award presented by WJA, that is World Jurist Association. It is for recognizing the Bhuvan's 2-decade-long legal efforts in protecting the children from child marriage, trafficking, sexual abuse, forced labor, and many more. Next, the Water Heritage Museum, that is operated by the Center for Water Resources Development and Management, situated where has been included in the global network of water museums, a flagship initiative of UNESCO Intergovernmental Hydrological Program in May 2025. So this Water Heritage Museum, is it located where? It is located in Kozhikode, Kerala. And this is the third place or third location in India that has been added to this initiative. Earlier it was Jal Water Museum, right? This Jal Water Museum, it is in Udaipur, Rajasthan, and Living Water Museum, this is in Pune, Maharashtra. And now third is Water Heritage Museum. So this is the third museum added to this list. Next, name the Brazilian microbiologist who was awarded with the World Food Prize 2025 for promoting sustainable agriculture through the development of biological alternatives to chemical fertilizers. So, name the Brazilian microbiologist, Dr. Mariangela Hungria. Right, she will be officially receive this award at the World Food Prize Borlaug Dialogue International Symposium that will be held in October 2025, and with a monetary prize of 500,000 US dollar. She became the 10th woman to be honored with this World Food Prize. Next, pick out the incorrect statement regarding the Forbes report 2025 list of the world's highest paid athletes released in May. If we look at the options here, only the option C is incorrect. C is saying among the top 50 highest paid athletes, UK leads with 29 athletes featured the highest representation from any country. It is not UK but United States of America with 29 leads in this list. Next, President of President of India, Draupadi Murmu ma'am, she was conferred with the 58th Gyanpit Award on Jagadguru Ram Bhadracharya at an event held in Delhi for his contribution to literature in the field of what language? In Sanskrit, right? So this was 58th Gyanpit Award given to Jagadguru Ram Bhadracharya for his contribution to literature in Sanskrit. If it is talked about Urdu language, for contribution to literature in Urdu, Sampuran Singh Kalra was also awarded here. Next, Forbes released the 10th Forbes 30 under 30 Asia list. Identify the Indian personality who was not featured in this list. So Vidit Gujarati is an individual who was not featured in this list. The rest all were featured here. Next, mention the family that secured the top position on the Sunday Times Rich List 2025 in May with a net worth of 35.3 Great Britain pound, maintaining their position as the wealthiest in the UK. So, which is that family? Name that family. It is Gopi Hinduja and family, the richest in UK. Correct, with a net worth of 35 5.3 billion euros approximately. Next, in May, Prime Point Foundation announced the recipients of the Sansad Ratna Awards, honoring 17 members of the Parliament and 2 parliamentary standing committees for their exemplary parliamentary performance in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Which Indian state received the highest number of Sansad Ratna Awards as announced by Prime Point Foundation? Right? So, which Indian state received this? It was received by Maharashtra. Right? And these awards will be presented during the 15th edition of the Sansad Ratna Awards. Next, in May, Bengaluru, Karnataka based writer, lawyer and activist Banu Mustaq along with translator Deepa Bhashti has won the International Booker Prize 25 for the Kannada short story collection that was titled Heart Lamp Selected Stories. Next, the 78th edition of the annual Cannes International Film Festival was held in Cannes, France. Identify the correct statement regarding the 78th annual Cannes International Film Festival. If we look at the options, we have to find the correct statement. So option B is right, C is right, A is wrong. A is saying Indian filmmaker Jafar Panahi was awarded with the festival's highest honor, that is Palme d'Or, for his film The President's Cake. Right? Is it correct? So Jafar Panahi was honored with this award, but not for this President's Cake. The film, his drama film it was just an accident. It was just an accident. This is the drama film for which he was honored with this Palme d'Or. Next is in May, singer and humanitarian Sumit Tapu was conferred with the Champion of the Order of Fiji, the highest honor of Fiji. Along with him, who other people were awarded with this Companion of the Order of Fiji? Apart from him, we will be seeing Dr. Krupali Tapu and Madhusudan Sai. They were awarded with this order, that is Companion of the Order of Fiji. This is equivalent to India's Bharat Ratna. Next is, which of the following organization was not awarded with the Gold Award in the National Awards for E-Governance 2025 as announced by DARPG under the Ministry of Personal, Public Grievances and Pension in May 2025. It is the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Next, identify the person who was conferred with the Asian Athletics Leadership Gold Pin by Asian Athletics Association for his contribution to the development and leadership of athletics across the Asian continent. So, Dr. Adil J. Sumairwala, right? He is the person who was conferred with the Asian Athletics Gold Leadership Award. Next, mention the name of the spiritual leader who was conferred with the Global Indian of the Year 2025 award by the Canada-based Canada India Foundation. Sadhguru, right? Take a note of this. Jaggi Vasudev, also known as Sadhguru, was honored or conferred with this Global Indian of the Year 2025 award. Next, which of the following is not among the top 5 winners of the National Anubhav Award Scheme 25 as announced by the Ministry of Personal, Public Grievances and Pensions? So, Aarti Singh, right, is not among the top 5 winners here. Hukum Singh Meena, Shalini Kekar, M. Venkateshan, Saju PK, right? These are the winners here, right? And one more is O. Virupaksha. As per the May report, Enhancing MSME's Competitiveness in India, released by Niti Aayog and Institute for Competitiveness, what was the total export value contributed by MSME in the year 24-25? तो टोटल वैल्यू थी 12.39 लाख करोड़ रुपीस कंट्रीब्यूट किए गए एमएसएमईज के द्वारा एंड 30.1% का वैल्यू एडिशन देखने को मिला इन द जीवीए ग्रॉस वैल्यू एडेड एंड इट अकाउंट्स फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 45.79% ऑफ द टोटल एक्सपोर्ट्स जो इंडिया के द्वारा किए गए. नेक्स्ट, according to the special 2025 special 301 report released by United States Trade Representative, इंडिया को प्लेस किया गया ऑन द प्रायोरिटी वॉच लिस्ट ड्यू टू द इनसफिशिएंट प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ द इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स. राइट, मतलब कि यहाँ से जो भी प्रायोरिटी वॉच लिस्ट पे हैं, यहाँ पे जो भी हम आईपी राइट्स होंगे हमारे, राइट, उनको हम चेक करेंगे, उन पे नज़र रखी जाएगी, करेक्ट, एंड उसको मॉनिटर किया जाएगा. ऑल्सो यहाँ पे इस रिपोर्ट बताती है कि जो तुर्कमेनिस्तान है, राइट, उसको इस लिस्ट से रिमूव कर दिया गया था. मूविंग ऑन, यूनाइटेड नेशन डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम जिसका हेडक्वार्टर न्यूयॉर्क यूएसए में है, इनके द्वारा ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई, अ मैटर ऑफ चॉइस, पीपल एंड पॉसिबिलिटीज इन द एज ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस। यहाँ पे इंडिया की रैंक पूछी गई है 2023 की इन द ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स। क्या रहेगी? इंडिया 130वें पोजीशन पे आ जाता है इन दिस इंडेक्स। आइसलैंड ने फर्स्ट पोजीशन यहाँ पे सिक्योर करी। आइसलैंड के बाद नॉर्वे, देन स्विट्जरलैंड, फिर डेनमार्क, फिर जर्मनी एंड इंडिया 130वें पोजीशन पर आता है। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, किसने टॉप किया? अमंग द डेवलप्ड एंड एमर्जिंग इकोनॉमीज इन टर्म्स ऑफ बोथ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड सर्विस एक्टिविटी एज पर द लेटेस्ट परचेजिंग मैनेजर्स इंडेक्स रिपोर्ट, जो कि रिलीज की गई जेपी मॉर्गन के द्वारा अभी रिसेंटली। तो हमारी इंडिया ने यहाँ पे टॉप किया अमंग द डेवलप्ड एंड एमर्जिंग इकोनॉमीज इन टर्म्स ऑफ बोथ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड सर्विसेज में हम बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं वर्ल्ड स्केल पे। Next, which of the following state is not among the top 5 Indian states with the highest GST collection for FY25 as per the data? तो वेस्ट बंगाल यहाँ पर टॉप इज नॉट अमंग द टॉप 5। टॉप 5 देखें तो महाराष्ट्र, फिर कर्नाटका, उसके बाद गुजरात, फिर तमिलनाडु एंड फिर आ जाता है फिफ्थ यूपी। नेक्स्ट, who launched the report on India's priority corridors for zero emission trucking in May aimed at promoting cleaner and sustainable freight movement? तो अजय कुमार सूद, इनके द्वारा ये रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई इंडिया की प्रायोरिटी कॉरिडोर्स पे फॉर जीरो एमिशन ट्रकिंग। नेक्स्ट आ जाते हैं, अकॉर्डिंग टू द ग्लोबल रिपोर्ट ऑन इंटरनल डिस्प्लेसमेंट 2025 रिलीज्ड बाय द इंटरनल डिस्प्लेसमेंट मॉनिटरिंग सेंटर एंड नॉर्वेनियन रिफ्यूजी काउंसिल, व्हाट वाज द टोटल नंबर ऑफ इंटरनल डिस्प्लेस्ड रिपोर्टेड इन इंडिया 2024? मतलब इंटरनली डिस्प्लेस मतलब इंडिया के अंदर ही लोग एक जगह से दूसरी जगह डिस्प्लेस हुए किसी भी रीज़न से। तो इंटरनली डिस्प्लेस लोगों का डाटा क्या है इंडिया में? वो है 5.4 मिलियन लोग इंटरनली डिस्प्लेस हुए इंडिया में। नेक्स्ट, आइडेंटिफाई द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिसने रिलीज किया 23वां एनुअल साउथ एशिया प्रेस फ्रीडम रिपोर्ट्स को इन में ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ द साउथ एशिया मीडिया सॉलिडेरिटी नेटवर्क, राइट? तो आइडेंटिफाई करो उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को, वो है इंटरनेशनल फेडरेशन ऑफ जर्नलिस्ट्स। नेक्स्ट, स्मॉल इंडस्ट्रीज डेवलपमेंट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया सिडबी, इन्होंने रिलीज की एक रिपोर्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द इंडियन एमएसएमई सेक्टर, progress and challenges about Indian MSME sector based on survey of 2097 MSMEs across 9 sectors in manufacturing, service and trading. क्वेश्चन पूछा गया, अकॉर्डिंग टू द रिपोर्ट एमएसएमई कंट्रीब्यूशन टू इंडियाज टोटल एक्सपोर्ट ये स्टेडली ग्रो कर गया, रीचिंग 43.59 इन FY23, 45.73% इन FY24 एंड FY25 में बढ़ के कितना हो गया? 45.79%। मार्जिनल इंक्रीज देखेंगे आप FY24 और FY23 में। नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू द कैंटर ब्रांड्स 2025 की वर्ल्ड मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल ग्लोबल ब्रांड्स रिपोर्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग कंपनीज वाज नॉट अमंग द इंडियन ब्रांड्स फीचर्ड इन द टॉप 100 मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल ग्लोबल ब्रांड्स? तो यहाँ पे विप्रो यहाँ पर इसमें लिस्टेड नहीं है, राइट? TCS की अगर हम रैंक देखें 45, HDFC बैंक की बात करें तो 56, एयरटेल की बात करें तो 66 एंड इन्फोसिस 73। नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ द पेट्रोलियम एक्सपोर्टिंग कंट्रीज OPEC, जो मंथली ऑयल मार्केट रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई है उसके हिसाब से इंडिया की जो ऑयल डिमांड है 2025 के लिए, इट इज़ प्रोजेक्टेड अराउंड 5.74 बिलियन बैरल्स पर डे, राइट? दैट इज इतने बैरल्स पर डे, नॉट मिलियन बैरल्स पर डे, 5.74 मिलियन बैरल्स पर डे की यहाँ पे प्रोजेक्शन लाई गई है। नेक्स्ट है यूनाइटेड नेशंस फूड एंड एग्रीकल्चर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जो यूएन का आर्म है, इनके द्वारा एक रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई 2025 की ग्लोबल रिपोर्ट ऑन फूड क्राइसिस, जो हाईलाइट करती है 259.3 मिलियन पीपल अक्रॉस 53 कंट्रीज एंड टेरिटरीज दे आर एक्सपीरियंस एक्यूट फूड इनसिक्योरिटी इन 2024। मतलब काफ़ी फूड इनसिक्योरिटी, फूड की कमी देखने को मिली थी। क्वेश्चन है, किस इनिशिएटिव इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर पब्लिशिंग दिस रिपोर्ट? तो ये है आपका ग्लोबल नेटवर्क अगेंस्ट फूड क्राइसिस, ये इनिशिएटिव है जिनके द्वारा ये रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई कि काफ़ी ज़्यादा फूड इनसिक्योरिटी हमें देखने को मिली थी 2024 में। नेक्स्ट, नेम द इंडियन एयरपोर्ट दैट रैंक 9th ग्लोबली इन द टॉप 10 बिजिएस्ट एयरपोर्ट बाय पैसेंजर ट्रैफिक। ये रिपोर्ट आपकी एयरपोर्ट काउंसिल इंटरनेशनल के द्वारा रिलीज की गई थी इन मई 2024। तो इंदिरा गांधी इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट, IGI एयरपोर्ट जो कि दिल्ली में है, राइट, इनकी रैंक रही 9th ऑन द टॉप 10 बिजिएस्ट एयरपोर्ट। जैक्सन एटलांटा एयरपोर्ट आपका फर्स्ट पोजीशन पे रहा। नेक्स्ट, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इंडियन पर्सनैलिटीज ये फीचर कर रहे हैं इन द टाइम मैगजीन्स इनॉग्रल
टाइम 100 मोस्ट इन्फ्लुएंशियल पीपल इन फिलेंथ्रॉफी 2025 की लिस्ट, मतलब ये पहला एडिशन है, इनॉग्रल एडिशन मीन्स, राइट। तो किन्होंने इस लिस्ट में यहाँ पे फीचर किया, राइट, हु वर फीचर्ड इन द टाइम्स मैगजीन्स लिस्ट। तो यहाँ पे निखिल, मुकेश अंबानी, नीता अंबानी, निखिल कामत, अजीम प्रेमजी, चारों इस लिस्ट में थे। एंड मुकेश अंबानी या नीता अंबानी ये टाइटन कैटेगरी में यहाँ पे लिस्ट किए गए। निखिल कामत यहाँ पे वन ऑफ द यंगेस्ट इंडिविजुअल्स थे जो इस लिस्ट में आए। नेक्स्ट, एज पर द ग्लोबल फॉरेस्ट वॉच डाटा रिलीज्ड इन May, इंडिया लॉस्ट अराउंड हाउ मेनी हेक्टेयर्स ऑफ प्राइमरी फॉरेस्ट। तो इंडिया ने लूज किया 18,200 हेक्टेयर्स ऑफ प्राइमरी फॉरेस्ट 2024 में। नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू द वर्ल्ड वेल्थिएस्ट सिटीज रिपोर्ट 2025 बाय हेनले एंड पार्टनर्स, व्हाट इज द ग्लोबल रैंकिंग ऑफ मुंबई महाराष्ट्र बेस्ड ऑन द नंबर ऑफ मिलेनियर्स। तो 27th पोजीशन पे आ जाती है आपकी मुंबई महाराष्ट्र बेस्ड ऑन द नंबर ऑफ मिलेनियर्स। ठीक, 51,000 मिलियनर्स हमें यहाँ पे देखने को मिलते हैं, मोर देन 51,000 मिलियनर्स। एंड अगर मैं बिलियनर्स की बात करूँ तो 25 बिलियनर्स देखने को मिलते हैं। मूविंग ऑन, नेम द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिन्होंने रिसेंटली रिलीज किया फर्स्ट स्टेट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड एनिमल्स हेल्थ रिपोर्ट इन May, जो हाईलाइट करता है इंक्रीजिंग स्प्रेड ऑफ इन्फेक्शियस एनिमल डिजीज एंड जूनोटिक रिस्क को। तो वो है वर्ल्ड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर एनिमल हेल्थ। नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू नेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन फॉर ट्रांसफॉर्मिंग आयोग, दैट इज नीति आयोग, इनकी एक ये रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई जो कि बताती है अप्रॉक्सीमेटली व्हाट परसेंटेज डज एमएसएमई सेक्टर कंट्रीब्यूट टू इंडियाज जीडीपी। तो ऑलमोस्ट 29% कंट्रीब्यूट करता है एमएसएमई सेक्टर टू इंडियाज जीडीपी। नेक्स्ट, उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नाम बताओ दैट रिलीज द इनॉग्रल रिपोर्ट टाइटल जनरेटिव एआई एंड जॉब्स आर रीडिफाइंड ग्लोबल इंडेक्स ऑफ ऑक्यूपेशनल एक्सपोजर। ये रिलीज की गई अभी मई में इन कोलैबोरेशन विद पोलैंड बेस्ड नेशनल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट। तो ये है ILO, इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के द्वारा ये रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई इन पार्टनरशिप विद पोलैंड बेस्ड नेशनल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट। नेक्स्ट, अकॉर्डिंग टू WMO वर्ल्ड मीटियोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिपोर्ट, जो ग्लोबल एनुअल टू डेकेडल क्लाइमेट अपडेट, ये रिपोर्ट है 2025 से 29 के लिए, जो ग्लोबल टेम्परेचर्स है मे टेम्परेरीली गो बियॉन्ड हाउ मच अबव प्री इंडस्ट्रियल लेवल्स विद इन द नेक्स्ट 5 ईयर्स। तो 1.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस से यहाँ पर ये बढ़ सकते हैं, राइट। एंड एक्सपेक्टेड है कि 2024 जो वार्मेस्ट ईयर था, अब हम 2025 से 2029 के बीच में एक साल देखेंगे जो कि वार्मेस्ट ईयर रहेगा। एंड 1.2 डिग्री सेल्सियस से लेके
Identify the institution where Dr. Jitendra Singh, our Union Minister of State for Ministry of Science and Technology, inaugurated Sagar Bhavan and Polar Bhavan in Goa in May 2025. Right? Identify the institution where was this launched. So, National Center for Polar and Ocean Research, this was launched. That is Sagar Bhavan and Polar Bhavan. Right? This will enhance research and development in polar regions. Right? And oceans. Next, what is the minimum amount of financial loss for the Ministry of Home Affairs Electronic Zero First Information Report, that is E0 FIR initiative automatically registers FIRs for cybercrime complaints. I repeat, minimum amount of financial loss for which, right, that how much minimum loss should be there for which your E0 FIR will be automatically registered for cybercrime complaints. Tell me, it is a minimum of 10 lakh rupees. Correct? Next, mention the country that was officially admitted as the new member of New Development Bank as announced by the New Development Bank President Dilma Rousseff on 22nd of May. It is Algeria. Right? It is the country that was officially admitted as the new member of the New Development Bank. That was earlier known as the BRICS Development Bank. Next, USA President Donald Trump unveiled a defense system for $175 billion by the name Golden Dome. This is the new missile defense system that will help USA in countering the foreign missile attacks. And Trump has appointed whom of the US Space Force as the lead program manager. So here General Michael Gatlin was appointed as the program manager for the Golden Dome. As Israel is having their Iron Dome, right, USA will have their Golden Dome that will protect United States of America for from the incoming UAVs, drones or missiles, right. Next, which country launched the world's first AI-powered medical clinic on 24th of May in partnership with Shanghai-based Sinyai AI and Almosa Health Group? So, which country launched the world's first AI-powered medical clinic? It was launched by Saudi Arabia. It was launched by Saudi Arabia. Next is the President of India invoked dash of the Constitution to seek the Supreme Court's opinion on the 8th of April judgment regarding timelines for granting assent to the state legislature bill. Right. So the President of India invoked the Article 143(1) of the Constitution of India, seeking the Supreme Court's opinion on the 8th April judgment regarding timelines. Next, the second Blue Talks hosted by the New Delhi in May by the Ministry of Earth Science was organized in collaboration with the embassies of France and Costa Rica. Next, which ministry oversees the Spice Board of India that launched the sustainability in the spice sector through the Spiced scheme in May? That is your spice sector through progressive, innovative and collaboration interventions for export development. This is your spice scheme. This will promote the trading, or it will promote the trade in spices, specifically spices. So which ministry is overseeing the spice board here? It is the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Next, according to RBI latest data released in May, the outward remittance under the liberalized remittance scheme declined by 6.85% year on year. To how much it declined? To $29.56 billion in FY25 compared to $31.74 billion in FY24. Right, there are certain factors, that is global uncertainty, stagnant domestic income growth and high base effect. Next, RBI notified the formation of a 6-member Payments Regulatory Board under the Payments Regulatory Board Regulation of 25 to regulate and supervise the payment systems in India, replacing the existing board for regulations and supervisions of payments and settlement systems. Who will be the chairperson of this 6-member board? So RBI governor will be the chairperson of this 6-member board. Next, space startup Agnikul Cosmos Private Limited, they have successfully fired the India's first electric motor driven dash, which is set to power its upcoming Agniban launch vehicle. So this will be powering India's first electric motor driven semi cryogenic engine. Right, and this is the first time an engine of this kind has been developed and tested in India. Next, which state government celebrated the 5th edition of the Shirui Lily Festival to commemorate 75th anniversary of the discovery of the rare Shirui Lily flower, and it is to promote sustainable tourism, ecotourism and environmental awareness. Right, the main reason here is this will promote tourism and we will be able to make products and export the products that are related to Shirui Lily. Right, so which state government recently celebrated here 5th edition of Shirui Lily Festival? It was observed by Manipur. Next, mention the organization that extended the implementation deadline of the mandatory quality control order for certain electrical appliances to 19th of March 2026. So mention that organization. Which is that organization? It is the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. Next, mention the public sector undertaking under the Ministry of Railways that was approved for the merger with the Indian Railways by the government of Maharashtra in May. So mention the public sector undertaking here. Which is that public sector undertaking we are talking about here? It is Konkan Railways Corporation Limited, and they have merged with Indian Railways, but they will be keeping their name Konkan Railways. Next, how much amount is approved by the Central Board of Directors of RBI in their 650th meeting that was held in May to be transferred as the surplus to the Government of India for FY25. So how much amount was approved for the transfer? It was 2.69 trillion rupees. This was a surplus we saw. Next, mention the name of the person who was sworn in as the 48th President of the Republic of Ecuador in May for a 4-year presidential term, that is 2025 to 2029. So Daniel Noboa, right, was named. He was the person who is sworn as the 48th President of Ecuador. Next, Khelo India Beach Games. This was the first edition of the Khelo India Beach Games and India's first national level beach sports event held in May in Diu Union Territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Which state topped the medal tally here and with how many medals? So Manipur secured the top position here with a total of 14 medals, out of which 5 gold, 6 silver and 3 bronze. Maharashtra on second position and Nagaland on third position. Next, who among the following won the F1 Monaco Grand Prix held in Monte Carlo in May 2025? So Lando Norris, right, was the F1 Monaco Grand Prix. He has won the F1 Monaco Grand Prix. He drives for which company? He drives for Lando Norris. He drives for McLaren and he's from UK. Next, World Football Day is annually observed by United Nations every year on 25th of May to acknowledge the global reach of football and its impact across various spheres including commerce, peace and diplomacy. This year it was the second edition of it. Next, identify the company that launched the India's first ever end-to-end autopilot system for navigation in Indian cities in May 2025. It is -0. Next, according to the National Institute for Transforming India, that is Niti Aayog, they have released a report. This is the report. Approximately what percentage does MSME sector contribute to the India's GDP? So this report was released by Niti Aayog. So almost 29% of the GDP is contributed by the MSME sector. Next, Union Minister for Earth Science Dr. Jitendra Singh has launched Bharat Forecast System, the world's first high resolution numerical weather prediction model. What is the special resolution of this BFS model? So resolution is for 6 kilometers. Next, what interest rate did the Ministry of Finance approve for the Employees Provident Fund deposits for FY25? It is 8.25%. Next, the Central Apprenticeship Council under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship proposed a 36% hike in the stipends for the apprenticeships under the NAPS, that is National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, and the National Apprenticeship Training Scheme. So what will be the new monthly stipend range for them? The new monthly stipend range will be here 6,800 to 12,300. That was earlier 5,000 to 9,000. Next, UGC, that is your University Grant Commission, approved the establishment of the campuses of 5 international recognized universities in India. Which of the following universities is not among them? If we see here, University of Toronto is not one amongst them. Rest all will be setting up their campus in India. Next is, India participated in the 9th edition of the BRICS Industry Ministers meeting held under the chairmanship of Brazil in Brazil. The key highlight of the meeting was the formal presentation of BRICS Startup Knowledge Hub, right, which is a first of its kind platform that aims to foster cross-border collaboration across startup ecosystem of BRICS member countries. Next, who was appointed as the brand ambassador of Audai India in May as announced by JSW Sports Private Limited, the sports division of the JSW Group. So who was appointed as the brand ambassador of the Audai India? Here, Neeraj Chopra, right, our athlete, the golden boy, and he is a javelin thrower, right, and he has been appointed as the brand ambassador. Next, who won the 2025 Malaysian Masters, officially titled as the Perudo Malaysia Masters, by defeating India's Kidambi Shriknath, that was held in May in Meghalaya. So who won the Malaysia Masters? It was won by Lee Shifeng, and it was the 16th edition of the Malaysian Masters. Next, identify the cricketer who launched the book Tested, The Remarkable Power of Resolve, right, which explores leadership and decision making through various decisions with 11 experts from different fields. So identify that cricketer, Patrick James Cummins, right, he launched this book. This book was published by whom? It was published by HarperCollins Publishers. Next, in which year IREDA, that is your Indian Renewable Energy Development Agency, was established? So IREDA was established in 1987. Next, mention the theme that was launched by Union Communication Minister Jyotiraditya Madhavrao Scindia in May for the 9th edition of the India Mobile Congress, which scheduled to be held from 8th to 11th of October in New Delhi. So what is the theme here, students? Theme being innovate to transform, right? The aim here is to basically do focus on more research and development and come up with various use cases for the same. Next, identify the pet food company that achieved a unicorn status recently in 2025 after Nestle acquired a minority stake in it, resulting their valuation exceeding $1 billion. So which is that pet food company? It is Drool's Pet Food Private Limited. It became the which unicorn India? It became, tell me, this is your homework students. It became which number of unicorn India? First, second, third, fourth or fifth or sixth? Next, according to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in May, what was India's provisional FDI inflow in FY25? So according to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, what was the India's provisional FDI inflow? It was $81.04 billion. Next, identify the person who was conferred with the Asian Athletics Leadership Gold Pin by Asian Athletics Association for the contributions to the development and leadership of athletics across Asian continent. It is Dr. Adli Sumarwala.